Hello and welcome back to SnowRunner with me, Mark from DadX, the Fleetstar and the Loaf. We're just returning from the mission we were doing at the end of the last episode to hand in these lost bags. When I saw the name of the mission, I thought there'd be some like luggage washed away or something like that. But no, bags of cement. But I'm not sure how you lose something quite this chunky. It must have been quite a torrent to wash these pallets down the river. Yet leave these buildings and trailers in situ, but there you go. So, no, I've already got the mission, I just need to hand it in, thank you very much. There really isn't much left to do on this map. I think this episode we will get some more missions cleared, maybe one more for the very last push, and then we'll be off into Island Lake. There you go. Mission handed in, more XP, more cash. I'm also going to make a point of trying to get all the trailers that are laying around handed in. There might even be some back on the last map, but we'll go and have a look. Anyway, I'm going to take this repair truck round, and we're going to get that, it was a GMC, wasn't it, with the mission up around the corner that still needs some repair points, as you can see from the mission info up there on the screen. Doesn't seem to be too heavy a trailer. Sometimes the Fleetstar struggles to pull a very heavy trailer, especially if it has no load on itself, but it seems to be doing fine. It really is the tyres that make the difference. I'm skipping forward a bit in this episode to get this done, guys. So I hope you agree that is okay. I'm not going to cut anything exciting or anything you haven't seen before. So here we are. We just got to give him some more repair points. Make sure we got the right gun select. There you go. And he's disappeared. Wow. Like magic. Is that our truck now? I'm really not sure, actually. Oh, well. Well, the mission's done. And I think we're just going to leave the repair trailer right here. It's kind of convenient for when we push off the map. I have brought the Fleetstar as you got a quick glimpse back to where the Loaf is. So we've got the mission up on the top of the hill and the trailers that we need to take onto the next map. We've got the truck to recover from the swamp and a couple more side missions. And we've got the timed missions, and the first of which is this one right here we're going to do with the White Western Star. We've got to do it in cab. We've just got to get a load around to the warehouse on the western side of the map, and I'm guessing that the best route is probably going to be literally just around the side of the mountain, rather than trying to cut through the cross-country way, which I have been round, and it's pretty hilly and tight. So I think we'll just see how we get on. We've got a nice big margin to get up there and get the gold award. 9.5 minutes for the gold award. So we're just going to get going, basically. Yeah, I think the cross-country route, I should really crack on, but is going to be a little bit too problematic. So we'll go straight round the road, straight past the warehouse and straight down that track, and just see how we get on. We're not desperate for XP or money, so let's see. I do like the interior of this truck. I've not really looked at it before. It has exactly the same kind of wooden dashboard finish that I had on a Ford Cortina that was supposed to be a posh one. I spent ages and lots of money working on that car and fixing that car up, and it got written off the day after it passed its inspection. Such is life. Somebody pulled out of a side street and went straight through the side of it. Nearly tipped it over with me in it. Anyway, so we're just going to be a little bit careful, get our eye in. I've also been playing Forza just before I've been playing this, which is a completely different kettle of fish regarding the steering with the controller. So I'm definitely taking it a little bit easy. Now I don't think there's going to be anything too hairy or scary on this route at all. There is that bridge that is quite narrow and does have a ferocious drop on it. I'm going to stop by the Chevy here and refuel. Why not? It could save a lot of time later. So we'll do that and we'll be on our way. There we go. Always takes me a while to figure out what I'm trying to transfer from where to where, but there you go, I've done it in the end. I can't see the load, and I'm not allowed obviously to go to an external view, so I'm just relying on the fact that the load is there and secured. It should be, and that I haven't dropped anything, because there's nothing really here that would tell me if I had. Anyway, I've chopped out a chunk of the journey. It's a pretty straightforward drive. There's some rocky bits and some bouncy bits, and a couple of rough bits like here. But again, we're not really taking much damage when we do clunk into something, which is good. Certainly better than writing your vehicle off as soon as you hit a rock or a piece of wood. But maybe we'll have a look at that later. I would like to see what a puncher looks like. Here we are. Here's the bridge. The one possible problem just to get across in this first person mode. So I've hit a tree. So that slowed me down nicely. Focused me in on my approach. And I think we're just going to carefully get lined up. We've got that lovely orange marker on the fender. Show us exactly where the corner of the truck is. So there we go. Nice and gently. And go, go, go. The clock is ticking, but I'm not stressing over that at all. Apart from that, it's been full throttle pretty much all the way. So I've got past the warehouse. I'm onto the last bit of mud track, which we haven't used before. So we'll have a look. I'm very conscious. I probably should have set another waypoint for the turning, but I'm very conscious of going the wrong way because I've done that a couple of times. And this wouldn't be an easy thing to get turned right around on a mud track if it was a little bit tight. So we'll just check again. There we are. Straight up here. So I've certainly not had any problems so far with this truck because it hasn't got its diff locks. We may well be finding out on one of the missions just how good it is without them. Bit of a climb up here, but we're making it. Just watch out for that telegraph pole. And we're done. Now unfortunately we're over 9.5 minutes. In fact now we're over 10 minutes, so we've missed out on the gold award. So if I'd taken out the refuel stop and looking at the map, then maybe we would have made it, but as I say, it wasn't really a priority. I'm sure if I just went for it, knowing exactly what the mission entails now, even just having the load on the lorry before you pick up the mission, if you know what the load's going to be, we would have got gold, I reckon. So we're now over here in the White Western Star. I think we're probably going to leave him on this side of the map. Did you see that? I just blew the picnic furniture away. So, over to the Zisk, who's over here, north of the dam. We've got the fuel trailer sat right here that we were using as a little top-up point when he was in a service rescue truck mode. The Chevy's down there. So we'll get on now. Head this guy back up to base by selecting him while we're on the map. Always handy. So, we'll take him back to the garage. Get him refitted to deliver some cargo to the last mission we've got on the north of the map, which is another timed mission. And we shall get this fuel trailer taken back in and get the money back for it, because I can't see us needing it. Now with the flatbed on, this lorry cannot tow a trailer. But with the repair, or it's the service trailer to give it its official title, you can pull a trailer. So do mess about with what can and can't attach, because this would save a lot of time. And this would in effect be a completely self-contained repair and refuel vehicle for a map to stick him out, where you could just have him as a little service point for your trucks, whatever you're up to. He's got a very nice tight turning circle as well, because he's got the short wheelbase, and the tree's holding me up there. But we'll get this taken back in. We'll get some money. At the end of this map, we'll see how much cash we've got or can have. We might sell a truck or two, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe you guys can nominate a new fleet member for the new map, for the next map. So here we are, we're just going to hand in the trailer, get in the garage, get refitted and get on our way. Now the first DLC that is covered by the season pass has come out, and I haven't got the season pass yet, so we're missing out on a couple of new trucks and a map or two we haven't got access to anyway. I may well get the season pass. It looks like it's worthwhile with the way they're taking the game. I don't want to be too behind the times, and I'm also going to try and up the output of the episodes just by maybe editing them a little bit more, so we're not revisiting the same stuff too much. Let me know what you think in comments. You know I do value your feedback and how you prefer the sort of format of the episodes to be. I like the interior of this truck. It's got that lovely comfy have a nap pad on the back. But you can see I'm just going to prove my point. Or maybe check in case an update changed things. Because you never know with games like this. Sometimes things get updated you don't realise. But with the flatbed on, indeed, I am not going to be allowed to hitch a trailer. So bear that in mind. It is a little bit of a restriction, or it can be. We'll see. Right, we need to go and get some fuel, and we need to head over to deliver it. Now we're going to grab this trailer, hand this in and get some money back on the way. We're just going to drag it with the winch because we can't attach it. We'll need to then leave it for a lorry that can attach it to actually sell it, but we'll get it up there. You could pick up the fuel load at the drilling site, which is kind of, yeah, just to the west of the road down onto the dam. But I thought I'd pop over here and get this, drop it back at the garage and get on. And there we go. We're just going to leave the trailer there and get on with the mission. This isn't actually a timed mission. We do have 2 more of those left to go, but this ain't one of them. We'll get onto those. So now we're going to head off straight down the road, straight through the farm. The only kind of new bit again of the drive is going to be once we get beyond the farm and beyond this kind of area and this meandering road up here. So I'm going to cut ahead and see what we find on our way through there. I certainly do like this truck. It lacks a little bit of versatility with its lack of trailer towing with a load. You can't fit a crane in a flatbed or a sideboard trailer because there's not room on the chassis. But for these kind of jobs, I think, getting 2 pallets to somewhere up a pretty horrible looking track is probably just your man. We'll see how much we need to get into the diff locks. The diff lock is obviously an upgrade we found over on the Russia map when we were scouting with the Loaf for lols. We'll see how much we need to use it. Haven't come up this route at all. It was a tempting little shortcut, but I think maybe for the Fleetstar may have been a bit of a scrabble, but let's see. Let's see. Got the diff locks on now. Certainly helping. I'm going to avoid the towing, winching unless I need to, just to see what the truck can do for himself. This is one of the trucks I'm building an RC version of, or it's on the list I should say. The base vehicle is built, but I've got to work on a bed and some other bits and pieces. Right, we're getting up to the top of this little climb. Keep an eye on the camber. It's the killer. We're sliding about a little bit here. Scrabbling for traction, as they say. Look at that. Crabbing our way along, getting a little bit of a tip on. I really am trying to find a way to right this. It's a bit dank and dark in here. That seems to be a little bit better. Not too far to go. The waypoint is up on the corner. It's quite a tight bend with maybe a bit of a drop off. We'll see. I'm still creeping forward even without the diff locks on. Not a huge amount in it. I think once we get the upgraded low speed gearbox and the higher speed gear, that might be a bit of a boost. But there you go, job done. I think we're up and over the top. We just got to get down the creepy bit now. Creepy as in we need to creep along it. I've certainly learnt my lesson to take it nice and slowly, because a bump can really catch you out, especially with a load. Even just dropping the load is a pain. You can catch the truck maybe, but you lose the load. Once you've done that, obviously we've got no crane on the truck like we do with the Fleetstar, which is one of his great advantages. We can't pick it up and just carry on, so we're just going to pick our way through. I might be overdoing it with the waypoints, but I'm certainly picking my way along this part of the route. Nice and slowly. Scale speed. Oh, see, there you go. Quick emergency winch. I'm really sorry that the trees obviously aren't playing very nicely with the camera yet again, but there's little I can do about that. Now we've got a nice sharp turn. plod along. Stay in control, I think that's the watchword. See holes in the shadow you just can't see coming. And if you clatter into them, we've only got to get across there. We'll winch ourselves out of the hole. We're as good as home now. We can roll down the last bit, I hope. There you go. Through the ditch. Across what's passing for a road. Come on, we can do it. There you go. Ground our way through the mud. And there you go, mate. Another mission done. So what I want to do now is get this lorry back down to the warehouse on the west of the map. Because we've got to get concrete blocks done for a timed mission. I think this might be the guy to do that. But for now, we need to get him over there. So through the drilling site, again, as I said, you could have picked up fuel from there if you were nearby. But we're going to get across the river and cut up to here. And here we are back at the river crossing. The Tayga made it, the Fleetstar made it, both with loads. And what I actually found here was without a load on the truck, the effect of the water on the truck is much more noticeable. It is trying to push me over to the left. So I do have to kind of counter steer. And at times I'm kind of moving almost diagonally. But we managed to keep going okay. You just got to kind of look before you leap. Maybe a snorkel might have been handy. But we're doing it. So, as I say, as you can see there, I'm being pushed across by the water as I'm pushing forward with the wheels. So, it's working out, but just take that into account. And it did seem much less pronounced as it should, with a heavy load on the lorry, keeping you a bit more planted. Here we are, we've got cut across the island, that was easy. I'm just trying to remember the route across here. We are taking a little bit of water damage in some of these deeper parts. But we've got half of an engine hit points left and we're over halfway. So fingers crossed we can make it. A little bit less effect of the current, but the rocks are quite slippery. Alright, we've got to get through this bit, probably the deepest bit. Oh no, we can't get up that rock. We're gradually accumulating a bit of damage as well, so I'm being a little bit careful. Let's reverse so we're not drowning. And do we need to just get a bit of speed and bump it up? I think the Fleetstar may have had slightly bigger tyres, which may have helped with this. I can't think of much else that would have made a difference. We can't quite get the tyres to bite on that rock. And we're in the middle of a river. This could be a little bit tricky. No, can't get over that. I'm just trying different places. No, that's not going to work. Let's reverse. Have a little think about this, I think, is going to be the best plan. We haven't got a lot of hit points left. So we've got to come up with a good plan. Maybe if we stay over to the left, we can get a bit of a bounce up. And that's going to be our last chance here, I think. Yeah. Okay, fingers crossed. We're going in. Ready, steady, go. Right over to the left. Keep going. Push, 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 push. No. Drop back a little. Last go. We're nearly out of engine. We're nearly. Oh, we're up. We've made it up. The engine is almost dead. Can we get across the rest of this river without taking enough damage to kill it? Are we going to have any problems? We're using a lot of fuel, you can see, and we're stalling. Oh, this is like driving along on the starter motor. Don't know if you've ever had to do that. But it's kind of like this. So the engine is just constantly cutting out. Is it any better if I try it in low gear? Oh, it seems to be. Okay, low gear and diff lock seem to be getting on better with the engine. To a point at least. As soon as we put a bit more load on the engine, it cut out. We've got to get around here. We can't afford to take any more damage. Oh, are we going to make it? Are we going to get wet in this last bit? I hope not. We could get stranded right here. If we go in too deep. Go, go, go. Move, 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 move. We're not taking any damage. So we're far enough across. Can we get a winch? We can't get up the slope. The engine will not allow us. We just need to get up here. Come on. Wow, that was rather close. That was very, very close indeed. We can't make it up here. Low gear and diff locks. Yeah, we can keep creeping. So if you're really struggling with a damaged engine, get into low gear. It seems to cut out less, but hills are gonna hurt. Right, let's have another go. Use the winch to get going. There you go. Now just, yes, keep going, keep going. We've got sparks and flames coming from the exhaust. It's not looking good. I don't think we're going to have much chance of getting this trailer out of here because there's a very, very big hill between us and where we've got to go. I might even bring the Western White Star down to tow this guy out. I'm not sure he's going to get himself out of here. He got across the river. Lesson learned. I will check next time he's back in the garage what size tyres he's got. Because neither of the other trucks had anything like that kind of problem. But for now, we're going to let him dry out right here. Okay, and we're in the Tayga. We've got the overtime mission to do from up here at the supply depot. We need 3 pallets of service repair parts, I think. Unusual number. But that is what we shall get. We've got plenty of time. We've only got to run this stuff down to the farm. I can't see this being a problem at all. It's switched to night time, so that is a mandatory element of this mission. I shall just grab the 3 crates of parts and we shall head on down there. Now I think in our final push off of this map, this is going to be transformed into our kind of fuel and utility vehicle. We'll be seeing that in the next episode when we tie up the last of the very last loose ends on this map and migrate. And I haven't even peeked onto the next map yet. It is going to be completely blind. I haven't looked at anything. I'm just heading down the dirt track towards where we turn into the farm. I'm doing it from in cab. Why not? There's no real challenge involved in that. I'm just going to see how well we can just splash our way straight through what looked like a very scary part of the map the first time we saw it, but has never really caused us too much trouble. So I've no idea what's in store for us over on Island Lake. Give me a hint if you like. As I say, I think what we're going to do is liquidate some of our assets, certainly tidy up the trailers, and if you guys want to nominate a vehicle for us to try to take on to the next map, feel free to suggest that to us. Which vehicle should have the honour of venturing in first? The Fleetstar's got 2/3 of what we need for the first mission in there. It may be it can deliver that and then just grab the iron bars, sorry, the concrete blocks in there. But we do have a plan in place to get concrete maps from this map to that map as part of our organic flow towards that corner and that exit point. Here we are. No real challenge here. 3 minutes 6 seconds. We've been promoted level 12. So that's unlocked, I think, a new range of tyres for the trucks, including chains, I think. So the way that the levelling up is paced, we've hit quite a nice little landmark at the end pretty much of the second map, so that makes sense. The GMC has gone back over to Black River to round up the last few trailers we'd left laying about there, as I say, just to liquidate our assets. So we've winched the second trailer down behind us, but now we can go back and attach it, because they need to be attached to the truck, remember, to sell them. So that's good. More money, more flexibility and more options. Never be a bad situation to be in. I think we've got one more trailer I'm going to grab. Yeah, the service trailer we left down by the petrol station. So on the way back I decided to do an experiment, because we've never broken a truck. So I've had a damn good go there. So now we're going to winch onto that telegraph pole and do a kind of a grind. Oh, there's some points. I don't know what a puncture even looks like, guys, or collapsed suspension. So let's see what we can do. Come on, drag me along. Right, that's the suspension gone. That's a tyre gone. The fuel tanks have gone. The transmission's okay. The engine's pretty much... Oh, look, yep, we've lost those tyres. It looks pretty cool. The suspension has indeed collapsed. We're leaking fuel now, I guess, as well. Luckily, the scout trailer's up here for us to top up on to keep us going. And we are headed to the service trailer, remember. So yeah, I like it, but I do actually want to see the bottom of this truck. Look, that axle now seems to have seized, so there are other ways to turn your truck over, but I did want to just check. This is about the model making, just to see how his axles and stuff are on there. Look, he looks pretty broken, I must say. I've done well. We've got the twin bogie axle on the back. That's what I wanted to have a look at. We'll tidy this up. We'll send somebody in to flip him over and get him to the repair trailer. But there you go. That's what damage looks like. And it's quite well done. I like that. A slight pity it doesn't happen a little bit more often. Anyway, we're wrapping up now. The Western White Star has gone down to get his friend, the blue truck, the Zisk. It's quite a drag to get him up that hill. There was no way the Zisk was going to power himself up a very rocky, slippery hill to get back out here, but we are now back out on the road, so it's all good. Now in the back of my mind, because I've overlooked something, I'm thinking we'll go down to the trailer store, we'll grab ourselves a fuel trailer and a repair trailer, get these guys fixed up, because these two guys need to get concrete blocks. But I forget, of course, these guys, neither of them can connect a trailer with their flatbeds fitted, so I can't buy a trailer, so I can't use that. So yeah, there is a limitation to these trucks. If you're sending them out kind of remotely like this, you do have to bear in mind that limitation. They can't even grab a trailer. Look at the glowing sparks of my exhaust. But anyway guys, I think we're going to leave it there for now. A little bit shorter an episode, and I hope you don't mind the chopping and changing. We're going to be back. The next episode we finish this map, and we're going to stay until we're done, and so are you. So for now guys, any comments and suggestions are always welcome. Leave us a like if you've liked it. We've got to plot our way back down here in the next episode with the concrete blocks, and we've got a truck to rescue from the swamp. But for now, take care of yourselves and goodbye.